One of the most precious things in the world. It's priceless. But a Florida mom is accused of putting a price tag on her own baby.
You don't remember having a conversation about trying to sell Giovanna?
What? No.
No.
Okay. I would never sell my child. Are y'all gonna let me go?
No, ma'am. No, there is a warrant for your arrest.
Y'all come check this out.
Jessica Woods was known to frequent around this area of Palatka, Florida. At least that's what an employee at one of the local businesses told police. On March 5th of last year, though, that day took a dark turn.
Because they were worried about the baby.
Because she's throwing a tantrum.
No, well, more they wanted to make sure the baby was okay and that you were okay.
I'm fine. I'm trying to find emergency housing.
Here, let's walk over here so we're not right in front of everybody talking. So what's the situation? What are you going through right now?
I'm going through a lot.
Like as far as housing, why are you looking for emergency housing?
Because I had a boyfriend who used to beat the out of me and I don't want it around my kid.
Okay. So
Lee Conley will not take me.
Lee Conley won't take you?
No, because there was a conflict of interest to where one of their staff members told my husband where I was.
So Lee Conley, you've already dealt with them and they won't take them?
Right. I'm willing to do public assistance, public housing. I'm willing to do Mellon Manor. I don't have a ride.
Well, I know you didn't have a license for a while because we had an issue with that, so I remember that.
If you can please help me in any way.
Well, okay, so I've got our victim's advocate coming out. She's going to talk to you. She's going to bring some stuff for the baby.
Where?
She'll be coming over here. I was just on the phone with her when you walked to the bathroom. And I'll call her back and kind of update her on the situation. What was your first and last name again?
Jay Woods.
Jessica Woods, that's what it was. Okay.
I'm going to be going over to the H&R Block.
Well, she's coming over here. She'll be here shortly. She was getting the bag together now. She was trying to figure out, get information on the baby.
I need emergency housing.
She might be able to help you and kind of steer me in the right direction as well. Lee Conley was actually what I was going to try to recommend, but obviously, that's kind of not the.
Just because a baby cries doesn't mean that they're in trouble.
No,
I'm sure you have kids.
I do. I have a son and a stepdaughter.
I can't even believe this. Who called? Am I allowed to go to H&R Block? Am I allowed to go?
I've got our victim's advocate coming out here that's going to try
Can
to
I
get
sit in the car or something? I'm freezing.
I don't want to sit you in the back of my car or anything, and I can't put you in the front. Let's walk over to this parking lot and buy my car at least, that way we're not out here.
I'm freezing, and I'm quite sure that we're the old people in there were the ones who called.
Well, I'm not sure who exactly called. All I know is they called and I came in and spoke with the staff, and they kind of gave me a rundown of the situation.
Yeah, they fed us.
Yeah. So that's at least good. You got some food. The baby got some food.
Yeah.
It's a really sad situation for the little 1-year-old. Jessica's daughter had no shoes and no diaper on when her mom was talking to police.
So where have you been staying with the baby?
I've been staying up.
188 Main Road.
Is that rescue for my child?
No. They're going to a different call.
I was staying at 188 Mango Drive, and dude was crazy, so I decided to leave.
When did you leave?
I just left last night.
Okay.
And then, on top of that, can I use the bathroom, please?
What, in Coley's?
No, I feel sick.
You gonna walk back in Coley's and use the restroom real quick?
Can I go in the bath? Can I go to the laundry mat? It's warm.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if there's is there a bathroom in there?
Yeah. I just want to get in a place where I can get situated. And you know I'm an RN, right? And the only thing I'm waiting for is for my license to be renewed.
By the time Jessica finished using the restroom, more officers were already there.
Y'all making me feel threatened.
Oh, no, okay. Look, don't feel like that.
This is the victim's advocate that I told you I had come.
Yeah.
No, y'all really making me feel threatened. I got 4 y'all.
No, we have a bunch of stuff for you and the baby. We have bows
I wanted to
and...
bring you some stuff for you and the babies.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I promise, everything. There's food in here. There's actually new clothes for her and stuff. I promise.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to lay it all out right here? That way you can pick, you can change her. I have diapers, I have wipes. Do you need any wipes?
Please.
We have all this in the backpack. Yes,
can have all this
everything
in the
back here
backpack.
that we brought you can have.
Some of it back there.
It's just right now I'm needing a place to stay. She thinks y'all probably trying to take her away from
No,
her.
I'm not taking her away from mommy. Look, that's right. Mama. Say mama. Do you want to change her, Jessica? You want some outfit on her? Which one do you want? This one I think is long.
Yeah.
So do you want one of these?
Stop, baby. Please. Please stop.
So Jessica wasn't arrested at that time, and there was so much we didn't see. A few hours later, we see Jessica's baby again, but without her mom. The woman who brought in the 18-month-old told police a horrifying story of how she winded up with Jessica's baby.
Hi, we're gonna take her into the classroom here at Neversit.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Catherine coming over as
Catherine's
well.
gonna bring her some clothes and diapers over, but I was gonna wipe her off, but we didn't wanna wipe her off in case you had to take pictures of her, cause she's,
Okay.
don't cry, sweetie.
Because she don't deserve it.
Go in there, and I'll come sit with you.
Well, I'll come sit with you.
All right.
I've called DCF to John and he's gonna be, calling me back.
John Cofield?
Yes,
All right, I'll give him a call.
supervisor.
Thank you.
You have a seat.
Like I can see right here.
Yeah, wherever you feel comfortable.
Find out what happened.
Okay, man.
We gave her a lot of information.
What's this girl's name?
Jessica Woods.
Jessica
Woods.
Woods.
Jessica Woods. Do you
Yes.
know her?
She's a client at my office.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing this. I know that this is way outside of what
I'm a
you...
mom first.
I understand. So we really appreciate your help. We're gonna get on the phone and we're gonna take the steps to make sure that nothing like this happens to this child again. So we really appreciate your help, okay?
And just real quickly, just go ahead and tell me what transpired.
First, last night, she came in, I want to say 10 minutes before we was closing, and she had the baby with her. Both of them had no shoes on. The mom.
So,
Her and Jessica walked in, and she asked me could I give her a new Emerald card, because her taxes had dropped, and she left it somewhere or something happened with it. So I got ready to put her stuff in, and I noticed the baby had took her diaper off. And she was like pointing at her private, like it was irritating her or something. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the diaper, kids get irritated or whatever. And she was like, she's not gonna do that because I only have one diaper for her. So she put the diaper back on her. And it wouldn't, you know how the sticky side of the diaper, it wouldn't stick no more. So she like hit her. And was like, you just stupid. You shouldn't did that. And I was like, what? So I called the police. Then I'm thinking, okay, I'll leave her with the police. They're going to do something about it. She knew one of the officers. His name was DJ. That's what she called him. And I told him, she struck the child and that, you know, we're concerned at this point because every time she brings this little girl, the little girl barely have clothes on. So he said he was gonna deal with it, we left. This morning I came 7 a.m. The mom, Jessica, was laying on the AC unit. And she was in a Dollar General's buggy. And it was drizzling. She was asleep and the baby was in there hollering. So then I said, do you want me to go to the store and get her some stuff and she can sit in here? And she was like, no. Do you have some money? I said, no, ma'am. I have money to get your daughter stuff. And she was like, no, you could just have her. I was like, ma'am. I said, no. I said, do you need help? Like, do you need me to call these people so they can help you? And she said, no, don't worry about it. And she snatched her daughter out the top part and slammed her in the bottom part. Then she went to Dollar General. And that's, I guess, why they had a police report this morning for Dollar General, her throwing stuff on top of the little girl. And she came back to our job. At this point, she's yelling at the customers in there to give her money. I said, ma'am, you gotta leave. Like, you have to leave now. She said, oh, I'm not leaving. And then took her in the bathroom, and she was hitting her. I don't know why. I don't know what she did, or a child can't do anything, but I'm just saying I don't know what the reason was. And she left out of there. When she left out of there, I called the police. I think the man that just came here, I waved him down in traffic. And I said, could you follow me? She's right there. And she literally pushed the buggy in the road and laughed about it. And then hurry up and grab it. And I'm like, is she crazy? So at this point, I'm following her into Dollar General. I told my manager what I was doing. And I see the police officers. They were like, okay, if she's still out the store, we can charge her. And I'm like, all the stuff she done did this baby, y'all should be charging her for that. So they said it was my word over hers. Okay. She came back. I see her walking back towards our job.
So now, this was all last night?
No, this was all today.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of this is from today.
Yes. So she walking past the job with some other girl. And she said, come here. Because I trust you. Come here. So I'm like, oh my God. I asked two of my coworkers to walk out with me because I don't know what's in somebody's mind. And as I walked over there, she said, I'll give you, if you give me $500 right now, you can have it. I said, have what? She said, have her. And she put her down in the leaves. And I said, are you serious? At this time, the baby got up and she was getting ready to walk in the road. If you know Krill, it's a busy road. So she's getting ready, and I grabbed the baby and I picked her up and I said, I'm not giving you no money. She said, well, just have her because it's just too much for me. I said, what is too much for you? I said, do you need help? Again, I'm asking you, do you need help? And she said, no, I don't need help. I just don't want the baby.
It's terrible to imagine selling a baby for $500. But honestly, if it wasn't for this woman who brought in the baby safely, who knows what could have happened.
I said, okay. And I got the baby. I was crying. I walked across the street and I tried to wake her up. And I put her in my car and I told her she's going to be okay. This should not go on with a child.
We dealt with her this morning. We gave her clothing. We gave her a bag with all kinds of stuff. We called DCF.
Yes.
DCF went on scene and DCF did their thing and they left. So right now we're gonna find her to arrest her.
I've been looking for her since I spoke to you earlier.
So and
if you see her here, she hit her. It's right here.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
She elbowed her last night.
So that was from last night? Now, you keep saying her. What is her
Jessica
name? Jessica.
Woods.
Jessica Woods.
because we did see a bruise on her buttocks and we told DCF, but yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. Where you at with it? Like, I don't understand.
Well, we have somebody, a supervisor coming now, and we should be able to take care of it. It will be taken care of right now. But we did make contact with her. Just want to let you know that it's not that we didn't do anything. We did make contact with her.
I knew about.
And our victim advocate gave
Oh, hey.
I'm
gave her.
Catherine. Or Stephen. I have.
She drunk 3 cups of water.
Okay.
Because I gave her what I didn't know what she was allergic to, so I didn't give her no juice.
Okay.
But she ate a whole big bowl of oatmeal.
Okay.
And I fed her stuff because she was starving.
Yeah, I assume because earlier this morning they ate Coley's. They had a free meal at Coley's that someone, bought for them. I had taken them. I mean, you've seen the backpack. I slapped it full with
Yeah, she was trying to sell it.
yeah. So I put stuff in there, and I even have another sippy cup and stuff. I need to just see. I know she said she's 18 months old, so I need to go out there and get another outfit for her. I will change her up. I will even wash her if I need to, because we have a shower here. Because it's probably going to be a few for DCF to come out here.
So will DCF let me take her home?
Probably not, but I don't know if you want to wait here the entire time. I can call John, which is the DCF supervisor.
I just don't want her to have to go through no system.
Oh, absolutely not. There might be a way. He might have to come out and look at your house, or he might. I don't know if you want to stay here. I don't know how long it is. I've been out on a call for 7 hours waiting for DCF, so we can work something out. We'll figure something out.
Now, they was willing to give her the money. They was like, whatever it takes for her to get away.
Yeah.
I was like, no, we're not enabling her.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I was like, we're not enabling her, and we're not breaking the law for her either. I know your hands are tied this morning. I wasn't mad. I can't see how people do it.
No, I have, since I talked to you, I've been trying to find a reason to arrest her. So I was just looking for her right before you showed up here. She stole from the dollar store, and I went to go arrest her, and I talked to the dollar store ladies, and they said, I asked them, I said, does she have a baby with her? And they said no. And that's where I was like, And they said she was mumbling on something about she gave the baby to her sister for the weekend. And I was like, no, because when we spoke to her earlier, she said she didn't have anyone.
Exactly.
So it already shot up red flags, and then not even 10 minutes later, I was doing something in my car, and they called and said you were here with her. And I was like, oh.
Jessica's baby was ultimately turned over to the Department of Children and Families.
If y'all can get my number, I will come right in.
Okay, no, that's fine. Did we get her number?
Yes, it's right here.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll take her back there. We're just gonna clean her, take pictures, and make sure she's good. And then DCF will be here.
They were out there when she was trying to sell the baby.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fluff.
I did want to say that I changed her whenever I first got her.
Okay.
It was beyond soil, like
I'm sure, because the
hard.
last one that gave her a diaper was me at 10:30 this morning.
You're just,
So, yeah.
I just wanted to let you know.
No, I appreciate it. I just brought all this other
She's
stuff.
You can
one
keep
of
the
the
other
coworkers
stuff.
she ran
The name,
up
that's
on. Give me a couple of $1,000.
Yeah, that's all in my statement.
Okay.
yeah, you can keep that, yeah.
Let me see. That one I'm gonna give you this and then I'll carry
Can
it
you
back.
carry her, or you want me to carry her?
Sure. I'm good. Okay.
I promise.
Don't hurt the baby.
You're good, I promise.
I was gonna say, I can carry her for you.
Come on, Jane. And I went in her room.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Gigi, come here, baby. Come here. Hey, come here. I'm gonna tell you.
No, put her name. Yeah.
Hey, sweetheart.
You could have kept the other stuff like up on arrival.
Who took the blanket?
Put her name.
We'll be right back with it.
The story obviously doesn't end there. 2 days later, police found Jessica and got her side.
Do you understand these rights?
Yes, I do.
Do you waive these rights, and are you willing to talk to me?
Yes. If there's a possibility of these charges being dropped, yes. If I can clear that up, yes. This is bogus. It's false.
Given what allegedly happened, it's hard for her to explain this away.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Okay, how many children do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2.
Yes.
What are those children's names?
One passed away, and one you guys have, my daughter.
What's your daughter's name?
Giovanna Chantel Woods.
How old is Giovanna?
Giovanna's 18 months old. She's my world, and I'm hers.
Okay. Where is Giovanna?
Giovanna was supposed to be returned to me last night by 6 p.m. I got called by the police and told me the DCF got involved. I went and filed my taxes at H&R Block. While I was there, one of the members of my church filed my taxes for me. She asked me if she could keep my daughter overnight. She said she wanted to buy her some clothes. She know I just got out of abusive marriage, and I'm trying to get back on my feet. I just got a stable place to stay. We exchanged numbers. I told her I had to have her back by 6 p.m. She could only stay one night. She wanted to keep her for a week. I told her, no way. I have 5 witnesses to this. Okay, the next thing I know, I got served with an order that was stating that I am not allowed to go to H&R Block. And any attempts that I made to contact her, I could not reach her. So when I called the DCF caseworker yesterday, he told me that he was supposed to meet me with my daughter, that for some reason he had her, which I'm not even understanding why, because the H&R Block employee, the one I go to church with, Giovanna, was supposed to be staying the night with her, one night.
Okay, and what's the worker that you go to church with? What's her name?
Her name's Crystal. I don't know which her legal name. I can pull off everything in my phone. I know I thought she was a good lady. Apparently, her and my sister are working together. She's the black girl with the pink hair.
And you don't know Crystal's last name?
To be honest with you, I'm having an anxiety attack. My child just got taken from me, and I'm a nurse, and I could be losing everything.
So how long have you known Crystal?
I've known her on and off for like 10 years.
Okay.
Like I said, she asked me several times. I told her multiple times no, like my child to go anywhere. She repetitively asked me, she said, I can help you with clothing, I can help you get diapers, please let me help you. One of my friends was there, her name's Kimberly McLeod. She said, Jay, just get the help, you need it right now. I said, one night, only one night. And when she didn't return my call, I told her that I was going to call the police and report my daughter missing if she didn't produce my child.
And so what day did all this transpire?
She was supposed to be returned to me yesterday by 6 p.m. So the day before.
Okay, so the day before yesterday, you gave
her permission to keep Gigi overnight until 6 p.m. the next day.
Okay.
That was to allow her to go shopping and get some clothes and stuff because she could use them. And I need the help right now. I'm just getting back on my feet. I just got out of an abusive marriage. I didn't want to even let my daughter go, and I should have followed my first mind. I have all of her information in my phone. If I could look at it and give it to you. I didn't just give my child to somebody. She actually walked across the street to the house I was at and knocked on the door and asked this after I filed my taxes. Then I got a report that I was banned. So more than 5 times she asked me to keep my child.
This is clearly a different story than the one that was told a few days ago, and detectives aren't buying what Jessica is saying.
Do you remember having a conversation where you asked this lady, supposedly Crystal with H&R Block, for money?
I never asked her for money. Why would I? I could give an advance on my taxes if I need.
So you never asked this worker or made any statements?
No, I went there to get a new card, and they were supposed to print me out one, and they didn't. So I was a little upset they didn't give me a new card. They mailed it, but I never asked anybody for money. I have income tax. Why would I?
Okay. When you said you don't know Crystal's last name?
I have everything in my phone. I have not slept. I have not ate. I'm physically ill without my child.
Okay.
I secured housing for my baby so that she had a safe environment. I did everything I thought I was supposed to do, and I don't even know how this happened.
So, I mean, do you normally just...
I've never let my child stay out overnight, ever. Okay. Ever. This is the first time she stayed away from me. My daughter is my world. She's all I got, and I'm all she has. My sister is also friends with this Crystal. And my sister wants my child, and I can show you statements where she said that I need to go ahead and die from my lupus so she can get my Social Security check from my daughter.
No, what's your sister's name?
Her name's Amanda Donahue. All this was a plot. That's what I was trying to tell you. My sister called me yesterday at 3 p.m. and told me that I was going to be going to jail. And I said, well, why would I go to jail? And she said, oh, you'll find out. And she hung up in my face. I had no idea none of this was going on.
So, you had no idea where your daughter was?
She was supposed to be in St. Augustine at the outlet getting new clothes and stuff. That's the only reason I allowed her to go, was because she asked me, she was like, Sister Woods, does Gigi have a godmama? Can you let me be her godmama? I want to go get this little girl some clothes. I don't let people get my kids. She gave me her phone number, her home address, everything I had in my phone. I called her. I did not get a return call. Whenever I got the ban from H&R Block, I sent a message and I let her know that if my child was not produced by 6 p.m. as agreed, that I would be calling the police and reporting her missing.
So did you call the police?
You guys had already issued a warrant for me. I was supposed to meet with a DCF worker this morning at 9 a.m. to bring me my daughter.
But you're saying that your child was supposed to be returned to you at 6 p.m. last night.
And when I called DCF...
So why did you not contact police last night?
Because DCF contacted me and told me they already had my daughter and that they were bringing her to me at 9 a.m.
So DCF contacted you yesterday?
Yes, I have all that in my phone. I needed the help. I've been going through DCF to try to get housing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I could use the help with the clothes and stuff. I never asked her for money, never.
Okay.
But like I said,
you don't remember having a conversation about trying to sell Giovanna?
What?
I'm just
no.
asking.
No.
Okay.
I would never sell my child.
Okay.
No. I can't even believe that was even stated. My child is my life.
Okay.
If I lost her, I would kill myself. I can't live without my baby.
But yet you didn't call police last night.
I called DCF, who told, I thought y'all were together.
I mean, DCF is its own entity.
I had
Do you remember who you spoke to at DCF?
I have it all in my phone, yes. Can I have my phone so I can show you this?
Well, I don't have your phone. Okay.
The other officer does.
Yeah. So, but you don't remember the name?
It was a male. It was a male. I wrote all his information down. I have lupus. I have a brain tumor. I have a hard time remembering names.
Okay.
But I was told that DCF already had my daughter and that they were bringing her to me at 9 a.m. So I did not think that I had to call the police if she was in DCF's custody.
And that was this morning?
That was last night. Are y'all gonna let me go?
No, man. No, there is a warrant for your arrest.
And the officer made due on his promise. Jessica was arrested and charged with child neglect and cruelty towards children. She was held in the Putnam County Jail on more than $250,000.
Wow, y'all, I'm speechless on the whole thing. I really can't believe that somebody would want to sell their child, not even knowingly, but I guess that's all drugs that does things like that to you. But do y'all believe the whole situation? Do y'all believe her side? Do you really believe that she was trying to reach out for help? What y'all think? Let me know. Thank y'all for watching the video, and peace.